Alright, so now I have 2 stars. 2 of 8. That is not enough. Hey everyone, this is Thecos. Today I have another Stonemaier game for you. Today we will be checking out Rolling Realms by Jamie Stegmaier. A huge thanks to them for entrusting me with a copy. I greatly appreciate it. In today's review I will show you a solo playthrough of the game, mentioning the differences to the multiplayer gameplay and then giving you my review. Feel free to use the timestamps to jump to the part you're interested in the most. As usual, bonus points if you watch the entire video from start to finish. Rolling Realms is a roll and write where the setup changes all the time, since you can combine the realms, like the different cards, as you like. By the way, this was released online during the pandemic as a game that could be played remotely. This is a very cool touch. But is it any good? Well, let's find out. Let me show you how to set up the game for a solo game. And I'll also show you how to do it for a multiplayer game. So, like the main thing about this game is that you have like these cards here. You have like a set of cards for each player. It's like 6 different colors here because you can play with up to 6 players, right? So let me just take the black one here. So what would happen is in a multiplayer game you would play over 3 rounds, and each round you would choose like 3 of these cards randomly. Usually you would only have, I think, 11 cards. That should be all of these. And these are all like promo cards that I have. And then you would just draw 3 of them randomly, or maybe even choose them like this. And then you would put these down and play the game with these 3 cards. Every other player would choose pick the exact same ones from their stack. And then after that round, these are discarded, and then you pick 3 new ones. You do that like 3 times, right? And then also you have these 2 cards. I will show those to you when I play the game solo. In a solo game, it is different because, let me just put all of that back here. In a solo game, we are having a little golf game, so to speak, right? We have like different holes here that we can track on this sheet. So I've already played the game, but I have not written to the sheet yet because I don't really like writing onto like game material, right? So I will copy that. I have noted down my plays digitally, and I will copy that and then note it down there. But you have like this golf course here, which is pretty cool, and you see like the first hole is right down there, right? Really cool touch. And then you will try to have a maximum of tries as the par score indicates. So for the first hole, early birdie, you will try to have a par of 1. That means just 1 try, like finish the game or make it in 1 try, right? So that's kind of the idea behind that. So let me show you how that works. So for the setup, what we need is the 2 dice, of course, which are like really big and chunky. Then we need a pen. And then we also need a cloth later on for wiping everything off. Yeah, just in case I do that during the video. I don't know yet, but let me just take one out so you know how the setup exactly looks like. All of this we don't need anymore. I will just put that aside for now. And then we will take a look at hole number 1, early birdie. Like this. We don't need this either. All right. So setup looks like this. We will check here. Par 1, so we know we need to manage that in one go. Realms are Charterstone, Scythe, and Tapestry. So that is Charterstone, Scythe, and Tapestry is over here. And these realms all work very differently, but I will guide you through the first game. I will most likely only play 1 hole today on camera to just show you how that works, and after that I will give you my review and everything. So we also need these 2 cards here, and that is pretty much already the setup of the game, right? So we still need to adjust it a little bit because these holes sometimes have rule changes. Like hole number 2, for example, does not have any rule changes, but hole number 1 does. That's the early birdie we're playing, and it says play only 7 turns because, as I said, we play 9 turns in a multiplayer game, but in this solo game, in this first hole, we only play 7 turns, so that's why we will cross out these first 2 turns here, right? So now we just play the rest 7 turns here. And our goal to be able to actually like finish this hole is to score at least 8 stars. If you play on hard, 9.5 stars. But let's play it on normal for now. Now let me just guide you through what you see here. So this is our round tracker. Like every time we roll in a turn, we will take the pips here, the die numbers, and we will put them in here. And then we can work with those. That's what this card here is. This card is resources, so we can like get pumpkins, hearts, and coins. And like pumpkins, we can like adjust our dice. With hearts, we can gain an extra die if we like roll doubles. And then, or if we spend more hearts, they don't have to be doubles. And if the coins, we can actually gain other dice as well, but just in a different way. That's kind of what these two are. And down here we have the 3 rounds we will be playing with this hole: Charterstone, Scythe, and Tapestry. And they all work differently. So let me just go through these very quickly. Charterstone means that I can use a number to mark one of these buildings up here. Then I will get this resource. And then I can take the other die number and put it down here. I can still use the other die number. It's just like I will just mark the crate. And what I can do later on, instead of using a die number to cross something out up here, I can just use that die number to activate all crates with that number. So for example, let's say I have like 3 ones in here. With the 1, I can then activate all 3 ones and mark these crates. And each marked crate will give me 1 star at the end of the game. Don't forget, we need to score 8 stars at the end. Then with Scythe, it's a little bit different. Scythe works like this, that the top row provides specific resources. So for example, if I take this 3 here, then I can cross that out and gain that pumpkin. And if I now pay a coin, then I can also like get that star that is down here, right? So I can then mark that, which is pretty cool. We can also just mark the bottom row. That's also possible. So I would just take the 3, for example, cross that out, and then have to pay a heart for that star. But of course, it's better if I do it like the other way, that I mark this down up here, and then just pay that resource to get a star, because I gained that resource at the top as well, right? That is the better way to do it. And then Tapestry is pretty much a polyomino shape kind of game, right? So when I have 3, for example, then I can take this shape here and just draw it in here. These brown shapes are already filled in, and whenever I fill like a complete like large square, I get that resource. If I fill an entire row or column, I get that star, which is pretty cool as well. So yeah, that is how these 3 rounds work. But as I said, there are many more, and they all work differently, which is pretty exciting. All right, so I suggest we can start playing the game. The game is actually pretty simple. 1 player rolls the dice. In my case, it's me, because I play by myself. Then every player notes these down here for the next round. Usually we would play all 9 rounds in a multiplayer game or in different solo games here. And then we see what we do with these dice. We need to spend these on different cards. So I'm not able to spend both just on Scythe or Charterstone or Tapestry, right? We want to do different things. We don't start with any resources, so I will not do Scythe for now, because I first want to like collect a few resources maybe, right? So with a 6, we could have like a pretty big shape that we could put in here. With a 2, just a small one here. Well, what I could do here is like have a 2 and then put a 6 down here. So I could get a pumpkin here, and here could maybe get another resource as well. I think we will try something like that. This big shape, where can I put this in? I can like put this in here, like something like this. That would be pretty good actually. So you know what I will do? I will actually use the 2 to cross that out here. Then I will get a pumpkin, which I will mark like this. And when we use it, we do just cross it out. And then I will put the 6 down here, right? Like the other number. But I can still use the other number. So this one is used. And now I can use the 6. I will put it in Tapestry. I will take this large shape here. And I will rotate it and see where to put it. So let me just think for a second. So that's a 3 by 3. Like this, for example, I could do. So this, this, like this, right? You see that I have the shape now in here, and this one is completed, so I get another pumpkin. With 2 pumpkins, I can spend those to adjust a die plus or minus 1. But also I need these resources here for scythe, right? So I will not use that for now, I think. Alright, now we play the next turn. 1 and 1, that is an interesting thing. So let's see, I would really like to get a heart. But I actually am able to get a heart. You know what I will do? I will spend one of the ones here to fill out the single square. I will fill out this one. That means now I can get that heart here. Like this. And then the other one, oops, I will spend now on scythe. I will cross out that one here, get a coin. Like this. And then I will spend a heart down here to be able to get a star, right? So I have the first star. Let me just mark that like this here. Very cool. All right, next round. 2 and 6. That is good because I want another 6 actually for Charterstone. That is not too bad. Oh no, but I don't want a 2-6. I want something else. Well, but I could adjust the die. Let's see what we can do. So the other big shape, can I put that still in here? 3, 3. I would be able to do that actually. That might be a pretty good idea to do that, just to fill out a lot of stuff here. I think I will use the 6 here for another large shape. Let me just put it in like this here. I don't get a resource at the moment because I already these are not full yet, right? But that is not too bad because we almost finished that large row here, the middle one, for a star. And the 2 I will put in here to get another heart. Then we spend a pumpkin, and we get the next star here, like this. All right, so now I have 2 stars, 2 of 8. That is not enough because we're almost halfway through. Let's hope that I can actually make it. Usually that is one of the easier holes, but let's see. Okay, so here I cannot really do a whole lot. 5 and 6, that's all too large. So I will have to work a little bit here. So what I will definitely do first is I will use the 5, I mean, right here. So I can get a coin. And then I will put a 6 in here. And soon I will have to activate these crates here. And the 5 and the 6 I will use over here to receive a pumpkin. And then I will spend a heart in order to get the next star. So we have 3 of 8 stars. Okay. So I want a 6 for sure, which I have, and a 1, which is also very good. All right. That is actually really good. That's really good. So 1 and 6. So now I need to see, do I want to take a risk or not? I could take a risk and take the 1 here and put in the 6 down here and then get a 6 later on in order to activate even 3 crates, right? But I could also just use the 6 here and activate the crate now. But then again, I need the 1 over here. So I think I will actually use the 6 to activate all 6s down here. So this crate, and that is 2 stars. Okay, so Charterstone is pretty tricky because that's kind of like a pushy luck thing, like how long do you actually want to push it until you activate these crates? So that was the 6 that I activated, and I will activate the 1 here and just fill out a single square to first of all get a coin. And also we have now finished this entire row, so we get a star. So we have 6 stars. We need 2 more stars, which will be pretty tough. But we do have pretty much all resources that we need. So let's see. Maybe we can somehow make it still. 2 and 3. Okay. 2 and 3. So I will use the 3 over here. Receive another pumpkin. And then I will spend a coin in order to get the next star here. Alright. So that was the 3, right? Okay. And with the 2, let's see if I can start working toward completing another row or column. Like here, I have done quite a lot, but I would need... it's not too great, but let me just fill in these two for now. But I will not be able to do it, I think, right? I don't think I will be able to do it, but let's see what we can do. All right, last round. 2 and 5. So I still need 1 star. I will not be able to get that here. No. I will not be able to get it here because I can't activate crate. So I will have to use it here. And that should be possible because I can use the 5 to activate here to get a heart. And then I will spend a coin down here in order to get another star. Like this. And then we still have the 2 left over. And with the 2, well, we can just draw in something here. Let's just draw in a small shape over here so we get another pumpkin. We don't need that, but pumpkins are points as well. I'll just show that to you in a minute. And that was the last round, right? That was it. So we're pretty much done. And now we count up our stars. We have 5, 7, we have 8 stars. But each of these resources that we haven't used yet also counts as 0.1 stars, right? So we would have 8.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.6 stars. We would have, right? 8.6, and we need 8 to win the game, which we just did. So you see, really, really good. We made it. We did not crush the hard goal, but I mean, yeah, it did not go as well as last time. What I find pretty difficult is like sight is pretty simple, right? You just need the resource. You just need to start like getting a resource from another card, and then you can like really get it rolling here if you do it well. Tapestry is a little bit difficult because you really have to like fill a lot of stuff for just 1 star, right? That's quite a lot. And Charterstone is like tricky because how far do you push your luck? I could have actually like put another 6, and then like take one of these dice and like change them to another number. I also could have used like these maybe a little bit more, but we needed a lot of them for the scythe thing. So I probably could have played a little bit better, but that is pretty much like how it works. And then you would put it like into your sheet here. You have like 4 tries, and you can like say, okay, how many tries did you need, right? And then you put in the number there, how many tries. If you haven't made it after 4 tries, then you just put in a 5 here. And then, right, so I would put it across here for try number 1, and then put the 1 in here because I made it, and that's on par. Like if you like finish all of that, the par of for the entire course is 36. There are 18 holes, so if you would manage to finish each hole like on first try, then you would actually have like 18. That's the best score you can have. And that's kind of how that works. Pretty cool. Like for the next hole, then I would take between 2 cities, Euphoria and Pendulum, and I would have a par of 2. And believe me, this one is a lot harder than the other one already. All right, let me drink a little bit. It's just way too hot to record videos. Okay, so that was my solo playthrough of Rolling Realms. But how do I like the game? Well, as usual, let me tell you. This game has a really cool theme. All the realms relate to different games in the Stonemaier Games catalog or universe, and the realms are quite thematic as well, I would say. The components are nice as well, as is the case with all Stonemaier games. The cards have a good quality. It's great that these are wipeable, right, and not just a piece of pieces of paper that would have been like chaos. And the highlight are definitely these 2 gigantic and great looking dice that feel really great to roll, by the way. I would have really liked a bit more artwork from the individual games. I do understand the minimalistic approach here, but, well, I would have liked a bit more art, to be honest, right? Like, for example, as a huge Wingspan fan, like, all we have is, like, a little bit here. We have it in blue, right? We have a little bit of artwork, like, in the back, right? You also have, like, artwork in the back here, which is nice, but you don't see it that well. So, would have been nice, like, to have, like, a little bit of art around here. But I do understand the minimalistic approach of the game. What I really like is that the game doesn't have a lot of components. Thus, setup and teardown are almost non-existent. Also, the rules are quite quick and easy to teach, as you could see in today's video. Speaking of rules, as usual with all Stonemaier games that I've played so far, the rulebook is really good as well, and also has like a great like quality of the paper, right? Like with this kind of linen finish, really cool. Rolling Realms has a really cool and unique concept I haven't seen in any other game yet. There's like a lot of potential for combinations of different realms, especially when you get the expansions. Like these promo expansions, let me just show you, because here we have Parks, for example, which is not a Stonemaier game. Also Ark Nova, Feast for Odin, the Isle of Cats, and so on and so on. Really cool. The realms all work very differently. On the one hand, this is great for variety, but also a bit harder to grasp and get into. So this game has a slightly higher barrier to entry, but I still find it quite approachable, to be honest. The game length feels really good as well. The game goes on long enough, but never overstays its welcome. Also, I really like the solo mode. You can play it in very short bursts, but have an entire campaign that you can sink your teeth into. Wonderful. Unfortunately, the expansions won't work for the solo mode since they aren't part of the wholes. Some kind of a living whole sheet online, if that makes any sense, would be cool for the expansions. I don't know if that would be possible, but it would be great. The only way to play the promo solo at the moment is to just play it like a multiplayer game and try to beat your own score. But you won't have any modifiers, no rule changes, no host, no par, none of that. But one thing there actually is. On Jamie Stegmaier's YouTube channel, there are constant online challenges being released, which is really fun for the Rolling Realms community. I really hope this game continues to grow like this. All in all, Rolling Realms is a really unique game in the quite oversaturated roll and write space. It has great components, a lot of variability, and a great solo mode. It's quick to set up, easy to teach, and quite approachable. Yes, the theme might be less interesting for those not all too familiar with the games in the Stonemaier Games lineup, but the gameplay of the different realms is still really fun. If you enjoyed what you saw in my playthrough today, why don't you check it out yourself? Well, you made it to the end of my review of the game Rolling Realms. I hope you found it useful. As usual, I'd like to thank you all for your support. That means the world to me. I especially want to thank my patrons for supporting me on Patreon. The biggest thanks go out to Thecos, who was my biggest supporter at the highest tier. Thank you so much for that. If you would like to support me as well, check out the link to my Patreon in this video's description. There you can see the tiers I've come up with. As usual, I'm always thankful for a like, comment, and especially a subscription. And you can also join my Discord server if you'd like to hang out with me and my community. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the very next video. Take care everyone, stay safe, and cheers.